Here are the official prestige rankings between investment banking and consulting. This list is going to be super helpful if you're deciding between banking and consulting and considering what options are at the table for you and which one would be the best. Last on the list, we have boutique consulting. This is consulting at a firm that has absolutely no name brand and they're typically working on smaller deals. The reason this sucks so much is because there's just not a lot of availability of deals outside of the top consulting firms as well as tier 2 and tier 3. And so the engagements that you're going to be working on are not going to be very interesting. The other thing about consulting in general is it's just generally very hard to lateral from a small firm to a bigger firm because there's just so few positions available. And so any experience you get at a smaller consulting firm is not going to help you move upstream. After this, we have boutique investment banking. This is the same as boutique consulting in the sense that you're working for a small firm, but the deal volume that you can get at a small investment bank can be pretty substantial. And you also have the opportunity to move to a better bank. After this, you have tier 2 and tier 3 consulting. These are good opportunities, but again, with consulting, there's very little opportunity to move to a better firm. So you have to make the most of where you're at. Go to corporate side or get your MBA if you want to do something better. Next on the list, you have middle market investment banking. You're going to be head and shoulders above tier 2 and tier 3 consulting. So if you have to choose between consulting or banking, and these are the only two options you think you can achieve, 100% go for the banking route. You're going to work on way more substantive deals in banking. Private equity is going to be an option, and you can also move upstream to a better firm always. After tier 2 consulting, you have your lower tier bulge brackets. These are really competitive firms to get into. You're going to have the opportunity to get into upper tier private equity firms, and overall your training development experience is going to be really good. After the lower tier bulge brackets, you have MBB, which are the top 3 consulting firms in the world. People in finance often downplay consultants, but unless you've met with one who has serious experience at MBB, you really don't know the caliber a professional that they actually hire and develop. And in many times, it's far greater than any finance professional that you will have met. These interview processes are extremely competitive and aptitude driven. And then top of the list, the most prestigious place you can go out of undergrad is going to be elite boutiques and upper tier bulge brackets, particularly in some of the top groups. These are places where Ivy League students will dream and really compete hard to actually go. Whether or not they make it depends on how much work they put in and if they're competing against Career Excel students.